Hello, 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 and happy Sunday to all my wonderful Capricorns. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a very special reading on today. Hopefully, you all are having a happy Sunday, but then again, I know you are because that's the intention you set. Let's get right into your reading, Capricorn, one of your ruling planets. Or your ruling planet, not one of them, but your ruling planet is retrograde. So is Mercury, your ruling planet is Saturn, and so is Pluto. It's also retrograde. How does that affect you? How does it affect everybody? We're going to talk about it, okay? This is a general reading. These are the Light Seers Tarot deck by Chris Ann. These cards right here are the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck by Jill Pyle. We're also going to be talking about the number 4. The number 4 on today. Let's get into it. Again, this is a general reading. Take what resonates with you. My information is down below if you're interested in a personal reading. These are the Light Seers Tarot deck. As I said before, these are the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. Let's go. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful Capricorns as it relates to every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions, and spirituality, and where they need to take action. What information do we have for my classy, ambitious team players who are also very hardworking, who are also loyal, responsible, self-disciplined, responsible, also great managers of people, money, and time? Yes, you all are the goats, greatest of all time. Sea goats to be exact. Yes, gods and goddesses. That would be you. Let's get into your reading. You can also add whatever other adjectives you like to use to describe yourself as a high vibrating Capricorn. You have the power and free will to do that and the authority. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, look. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So let's talk about it. First up, I see you are receiving money. Boom. So if you're working somewhere, you're going up for a promotion, congratulations. If you have a business, I see you receiving money, whether it's grant money or just more money from your clients. 2 swords. We're going to talk about this in a second. We also have the High Priestess. Let me put this here. Also have the Hermit card, which is Virgo's card. Mercury, which is Virgo's ruling planet, is retrograde right now. And we also have the Magician card, which is Mercury. So let me put this here. And also we have the Page of Swords. So listen, Capricorn, as we're moving towards a new moon, like I said, we also have planets that are retrograde right now. So I'm going to tell you how long they're going to be retrograde, just in case people like to take notes. Listen, okay, so Mercury went retrograde May 29th, right? And Mercury ends retrograde June 22nd. So we don't have too much longer for Mercury to be retrograde, but Mercury is the planet of communication. Mercury actually rules how we understand, how we deliver, and how we receive information. So this is where you're not going to be trying to start anything new. This is Mercury, like I said, communication, planet of communication, right? So a lot of you all are doing a lot of soul searching right now. Some of you all have almost feel like you're isolating yourself, and that's really not you're isolating yourself. It's more or less doing some soul searching, right? Kind of going through checks and balances, being very meticulous, almost a perfectionist. It's like, okay, information is coming through, right? You're receiving downloads from the universe, and it's coming through quite nicely, right? And so some of you all already know that you're on the right track. This is what I want you to know. Some of you all already know that you're on the right track. You're receiving messages from the universe to confirm, hey, you're moving towards more money. I mean, that's kind of what this is, right? But see, if you're looking for, because remember, you all are earth signs, right? Things need to make logical sense to you, Virgo and Taurus. Very logical signs. You all are earth signs, like that's where that term down to earth comes from. You all are earth signs. It needs to make logical sense to you. But now a lot of you all are really tapping into your spiritual gifts. And so you're seeing things in the spirit realm. This is you heading towards the new moon. We only have a few more days for the new moon, but this is heading towards the new you. Saturn is also retrograde, right? Your ruling planet. So Saturn is the planet of ambition. Saturn actually rules achievement, career, wealth, and business, right? So this is where you're really starting to consider your long-term goals and responsibilities. You're trying to practice a little bit more self-discipline, especially like in the spiritual realm. Like a lot of you all are starting to really get back into, and I say get back into because some of you all used to meditate more, but you're starting to really get back into it because you're starting to see it like, okay, I feel like I'm heading in the right direction. Let me go into the spirit realm so I can really see what's going on. And so you had to take the blindfolds off. No more of these challenging relationships that you all had, because everything is about perspective, right? A person could see themselves this way. Hey, look, I felt like I was walking a tightrope in some of these relationships, right? That's in the natural sense, in the third dimension. But in the spiritual dimension, you looked at it and said, hey, I see mental dexterity there. I was still able to come up with ideas, even in the midst of a challenging relationship. The upside of it is that I don't look like what I've been through. Some of you all have been reading more books, maybe on spirituality, maybe on developing your spiritual gifts. Some of you all have started writing books or blogs or something like that. Writing a program for maybe your podcast or whatever you're doing. You're writing, you're engaging your highest self, right? But you don't look like what you've been through. Plus, you still have a smile on your face. So you can see that this person, even though you're an earth sign, and we're talking about grounded, you're on higher ground now. Spiritually speaking, you're on higher ground. You're no longer feeling like you have to engage challenging relationships. You just take it to the next level in the spiritual realm. You see? Yeah, so let's talk about the number 4 for just a second. When you talk about the number 4, when you think about the number 4, 4 actually symbolizes the real reason for our life here on earth. It symbolizes us being divine beings of light, having a human experience, right? When you realize that you are a divine being of light, just having a human experience, you'll never be nervous about who enters or who exits your life. If they're entering your life, you're listening, you're speaking to your highest self, saying, what is their motive for being in my space? Make it make sense to me. Make it make logical sense, right? Okay, good. And guess what? The universe will make it make logical sense to you. Because you all are earth signs, your signs will come through your physical being. Like you all heard the term hair standing on the back of my neck, or hair standing up on your arms, or I feel sick, or I felt like I got the chills around this person. Something happened to my body. It was like an outward, like it kind of sort of shook you up to some degree, but from the spiritual realm, like something's not right about this. Or on the other side of it, something is right about it, right? So yeah, so I see you all receiving money because, again, you're learning how to balance out your own energy. You're taking the steps to balance out your own energy. You're able to still be very grounded, but also take action. And that first action you started to take was to kind of sort of isolate yourself, to do some soul searching. What is it that I can do internally that's going to give me the life, the feeling of security, being grounded, my money, putting those things in order? What's going to get me to that next level? And it's you tapping into your spiritual self. Yep, here we go. Yep. Because see, as long as your spirit was out of balance and you were over nurturing challenging relationships, it was actually blocking you, Capricorn, from seeing the beauty of actually taking action and saying, hold on, I'm the magician here. I can actually make some things happen. I don't need to overthink this. I don't need to over talk it. I'm just going to let the universe show me. I'm going to go into the spirit realm, right? So Pluto is also retrograde right now. Pluto actually began retrograde April 27th. This is why you all could probably feel like, okay, it's time for me to just remove some things from my life, because Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. So relationships may have ended. Pluto actually rules big events in our lives. And so that's the time where you want to declutter. Declutter your house, declutter your office, declutter your spiritual side. So some relationships may have ended during this time because it affects everybody. And so this is the time where you're going to focus on something that's nostalgic. If you have kids, you're going to focus on your kids. If you don't have kids, you're going to focus on something that you used to love doing as a kid. But this is how you're going to be nurturing yourself, taking the action to nurture yourself. You know why? Because your spiritual gifts are going to serve the entire world. Yes, some of you all already have www dot whatever your podcast is, dot whatever your website address is, dot whatever your, you know what I'm saying, is serving the world. And this is something that you've always loved to do. And you've probably loved to do it as a child. So let's say, for instance, you love talking as a child or you love learning as a child. You may have started a podcast sharing information about things that you've loved to do as a child, or let's say you like baking or you like whatever. You may have started a YouTube channel, whatever, sharing your recipes, whatever it is you like to do. But you have absolutely taken the action to walk away from things that have burned you in the past, right? Fire is the great purifier. Yes, it is. You're no longer in bondage to those relationships where it felt like it was restricting your air. You know what I'm saying? Like being in those relationships where people, y'all weren't talking about the same things. You just weren't on the same frequency or any of that. So you're no longer in those relationships. Yeah, yay. Yes. No longer in challenging relationships that could have proven to be hostile to some degree, right? See this blood right here dripping? Could have become quite volatile had you stayed in a relationship, because again, you're focusing more on your creative side. You're focusing more on your sense of humor. You're focusing more on doing the things that you love to do, and bringing out that side of yourself is what is going to offend some people, because they're not used to seeing that side of you. But guess what? They were blocking your money. Relationships where it feels like your air is restricted, or you feel like your hands are tied in the relationship. You're trying to nurture them, plus you have like this burning desire to do things for you to make you happy, can make you forget that you have the key to your own wealth. Yes, yes indeedy. But I see you receiving money. Nice. So yes, so let's pull an oracle card and see what the oracle card has to do. This is nice. I really, really like this, because again, each one of us balances out our energy, especially if we were out of balance before. Once you start balancing out your energy, you're going to lose some people. Some people are going to be confused. They're not going to understand. They're going to say that you've changed, that you're not up there for them anymore. They're going to say a whole bunch of other things. Like I said, becomes a little hostile, which could become volatile, and you could spend years and years and years. And look how many moon phases people have gone through over nurturing people who, the moment you say no, the first time you say no, all of a sudden they show you exactly how they've always felt about you. Yeah. As long as you're saying yes. Hey. But anyway, look to the fairies. Some of your mind is going to be blown, right? You weren't believing at first that the things that you set out to do were actually going to happen, like come to fruition. But they're starting to happen. And as those things happen, you don't have a whole lot of room to nurture things in your life that, again, don't serve your highest purpose, don't make you happy, don't fulfill you. That could be, whether you're working for somebody else or working for yourself. If you're working for somebody else, some of those friends that you used to hang out with and some of those friends you used to talk and laugh and joke with, the jokes aren't funny anymore, because your mind has shifted, your spirit has shifted. You're balancing out your own energy. You don't feel like hanging out with them on the weekends. You don't feel like sitting on the phone talking to them about nothing. You just don't feel like it, because again, you're balancing out your own energy. You don't feel nervous and shy about it anymore. You feel like, you know what, I can do this. Yeah, I can create my own wealth. I can create my own stability. I can create my own security. Yes, I don't need to be in any more challenging relationships. I can see through this challenging relationship, I was able to still have mental dexterity, get things done, even in the midst of walking a tightrope. Still, nobody even knew what I was going through at the time. You see what I'm saying, Capricorn? So yeah, so now that you stepped back and did some soul searching and saw, hey, I was able to do a lot of things even in the midst of that challenging relationship. Imagine what I could do outside of that relationship when I'm doing things for me, surrounded by my own soul tribe. Amazing. That is what I have for you, Capricorns. Bye.